So, today I will discuss the best and most important principle for growing your health as in a person, as in your physical and mental health. So, what exactly do I mean? First, the, the, the biggest example of this principle is going to the gym. It's also the easiest example. Everyone, even if you don't go to the gym, you practically know, what it takes. So, what exactly is going to gym? Go to gym, you work out, and then you eat enough protein to build more muscle. But what actually or exactly happens in the gym? So you work out, your muscles get damaged, get you put your muscles under pressure up until failure, up until they can't no more. So it's the pressure which makes your muscles they get under pressure, they micro tears, micro damage, which will then be repaired afterwards to make bigger muscles. So it's the pressure, the stress on the muscles of the workout which makes your brain give the signal like, oh yeah, we need we're carrying all this weight, we're pushing out all this weight, we need more muscle mass in order to push around all this weight, because we go up until failure with our weights in the gym. So there will always be an extra impulse of we need more muscle mass in order to get this weight moving. So that's the key. You put pressure and stress on your body in certain ways in order for it, or for something, in this case muscles, to grow. In the case of physical health, that's like the stimuli, that's the stress, the pressure, which gives your brain the signal to grow, but you need building blocks as well. Because it's also like building a house. You can make the perfect plan, etc., to build a house, but if you don't have any bricks, yeah, good luck building a house. You know what I mean? So in case of the gym, your building blocks are the protein, and then some sunlight, good sleep. Those help your body build the muscle. But your brain also have to give the signal to build the muscle. Like I said, the stress and the pressures you put on the body in the gym. So that's the simplest example of how pressure and stress can create growth in a certain area of your body. But you can apply this in other ways to your physical health as well. Let me see. For example, there have been there has been shown like we were hunter gatherers for like thousands of years, and around 5 to 10,000 years ago, in certain civilizations, we start switching to agriculture. We start switching. We ate less meat, we ate more grains and bread, etc. And yeah, we switched it from mostly animal based to more agriculture food. During that switch, scientists have noticed how our bone mass decreased, how we got a little smaller, how our skulls became a bit smaller. Anyway, quick cut, our bones became smaller, our skulls became smaller, because we took two things away. We took away the pressure and we took away the building blocks. Let me explain. We took away the building blocks, like meat is like the most nutrient dense food there is that we can eat. Like the whole thing about how red meat is bad is just utter bullshit. So when we switched from meat to more plant-based foods, we took away some of the building blocks, so we were able to build less strength and mass. And we took also away the stress and the pressure on our body, which gives the signal to become bigger and stronger. Which stress did we take away? First of all, we didn't have to hunt really anymore. We didn't have to do a lot, get the animals and kill them and make them ready. It was just like agriculture. It's way more easy. But also, when you eat like bread or grains or something agricultural, it isn't that hard to eat, as in physically chew. You don't need much strength to chew vegetables and grains, etc., and bread. But if you chew a lot of meat, like actual meat from, yeah, freshly caught, so to say, or from a farm, like, okay, and in big shops, like, the meat is also a bit processed. They put some extra water in it in order to make it more enjoyable to eat, so you have to chew less hard. But if you go to your local butcher, etc., you will notice how the meat is a bit more tough. So that puts also like an extra pressure on your entire face, on your cheekbones, or on your mandibula, on your masseter muscles, to chew hard meat. And that again is a stressor, a pressure on your body, and your body will signal, yeah, literal, your bones to grow more. So when we switched to eat less meat, we took away and building blocks and the pressure, so we became a little smaller. So for the physical health, you need and the pressure and the building blocks, like I have said. By the way, if you want my full health protocol to completely change your life in a few weeks, it's the first link in the description. Another example is how different kind of muscles are created with different kinds of stressors, of pressure. If you're into the gym, etc., you will have heard of this. Even if you're not, you probably will have heard of this. But if you want to train for hypertrophy, which means bigger muscles, you do different exercises than if you want to train for endurance or for strength. Because on a micro level, it's also different. In your actual muscle, it's also different. If you're training for endurance, the muscle will be less big, but it will have a different microstructure that makes us able to endure more, to work for longer periods of time, but with a bit lesser weight. Meanwhile, if you want hypertrophy, you get more weight and some endurance, and pure strength, you get almost zero endurance and more weight. So different kinds of stressors give different kinds of how do you call it, muscle growth. Another physical example. This principle also works for mental, right? And this is very important. I started playing chess when I was 6 years old. Chess, you have to think logically. It's hard. You have to learn. You have to constantly think about which moves to make. Very logical game. I would argue if you had like two Runes, two of the same me, and one played chess at 6 years old and the other didn't, and the first one kept playing chess for like 10, 15 years, I'd put all my money on the first one, that he would be better at math and logical thinking and other things. Because it's training your brain, it's putting some kind of pressure on your brain to learn. If you don't learn, if you don't challenge yourself, you won't learn. It will stay the same, if not go down. So actually doing hard things, in the sense of thinking, also actually changes your neural networks. So another example is doing hard work, like disciplined work which you don't want to do, but you still do it. It has shown that this exact thing, it changes some certain parts in your brain correlated to hard work. Again, hard work, you don't want to do it, you still do it. It's a stressor, it's some pressure on you, and that induces change in your brain in order to be able to handle that same stressor pressure more efficiently in the future. So what can we learn from this? First, physically. So everyone knows if you go to the gym, you'll build bigger muscles, but you can use the same principle. So to build literally a stronger face, better hormones, a stronger body, stronger bones, higher testosterone, stronger tendons. You just need to have the right stressor, the right pressure on your body with the correct building blocks, and you can change your health. But most people only focus on building blocks. That would be like trying, for example, if we're talking about that, raising your testosterone, many people would give the advice, yeah, eat more eggs, eat more this, eat more that. But those are only the building blocks. Like, what gives your body the idea that you should even make more testosterone if you don't have the stressor? But then competing with other men, martial arts, etc., that's like the stressor that gives your body, that induces a higher testosterone level. So for physical things you need and the stressor and the building blocks. Most people only focus on building blocks. That would be like, yeah, only eating eggs and chicken and meat and not going to the gym and expecting muscle. Yeah, that's illogical. Mentally, what does this mentally? This is very important. It gives us perspective. This is a big problem with mentally. Most people don't like certain things. Like, for example, if you want to induce more discipline, more hard work, it's not fun in the beginning, and you think like, yeah, you can do it for a few days, for example, doing some hard work, but it drains you. And if you don't have the perspective that things will become better, that your brain will actually change in order for you to make the same hard work become easy in a month, you will get demotivated. So the pressure thing gives us more perspective. It means that things will become easier, our body will adapt, our brain will adapt, and the same task will become more easier over time. This is a very important principle, by the way, because most people quit because they think it's too hard, but they haven't given their body time to change. Like, if you knew a thing was hard, but if you had zero perspective and you think it would stay hard, like for example losing some weight, getting into the gym, if it was as hard as the first day forever, everyone would quit. But if you can tell yourself, like, a month from now this will be easy, a month from now the pressure will be way off, and my body will have become used to it, that gives you perspective to push through. Otherwise everyone would quit everything after a week or two. So in a way, I have written down, suffering gives us some kind of purpose. But suffering, I mean like the stressors, etc., and the pressures on your body, both physically and mentally. And this is also something wider in the sense of, if people have nothing, like stress, it's a strange word because stress is really negatively correlated with like burnout, things, etc., and work stress and high cortisol levels. But as a person, you should always be under some kind of stress, in my opinion. Because if you don't have any stress, if your life is perfect, you will get depressed. Give a semi-depressed person with zero stressors, give him $1 million, and he'll probably end up in the biggest depression of his life after 2 months. Because we as humans are not made for comfort. It is really strange. But that will be also a talk for another time. So again, if you want the full protocol on how to completely change your life in only a few weeks, like a weekly protocol where I guide you step by step, will be the first link in the description. Thank you for watching.